Welcome back to Bloodstained Hands. So last time we took care of some side missions in the Five Islands region. We opened up a trade route between Daimo and Sienna. We explored a little bit of the next dungeon, Glacio's Throat, but we didn't go all the way through. Because what we did was we found some carbon, which we then combined with iron ore to make steel ore. Or steel ingots, I should say. And we converted those steel ingots into brand new steel weaponry and some steel armor as well. But there is some stuff that we can get at the equipment shop here that is going to cost us a fair bit of gold, and we want to be as well equipped as we can be going into the next part of this game. So we want to spend this episode getting a little bit more gold, doing a couple little repeatable side missions for some of the assassins at the sanctuary. And then what we're going to do is we're going to buy up that equipment, we're going to make sure that we're geared up, and we will probably go through Glacio's Throat and cross the ice fields this episode, but we probably won't do much more than that. I don't think we're going to do the training. We'll save that for its own episode, because it can be a bit of a longer process, so I want to set aside an episode specifically for that. But for now, we need about 6,000 more gold. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do one mission for each of these assassins, and maybe one or two more as well. That should give us what we need, and this will give me a chance to showcase how these missions actually work and what to expect with them. So let's start with this guy here. What do you need? A mission. Do you have any missions available? I do have a mission. You ready to get some blood on your hands? Yes. Just tell me what to do. You're going to the Saley Forest. Who do I need to kill? A spy who reports to a large group of vigilantes. She's noticed our activities, and it won't be long before she discovers our location. If she does, this place will be exposed and will be routed. Kill her before that happens. I'll give you a description of the target so it'll be easy to recognize. Do not hesitate to kill when the time is right. I'll return with the corpse or not at all. Alright, so with that, we now have a mission in the Saley Forest. Very first full dungeon that we ever actually explored. Now, with these assassination missions, actually with any of these repeatable missions, you can be sent to any dungeon or town that you have previously visited. So, we could go to the Saley Forest, we could go to the Tower of Unda, the Tower of Lux, Mount Fulman, Amardala, Amathine, Rabena, Topale, even Daimo now, even Glacio's Throat, since we've entered that dungeon. We can pretty much go anywhere that we have previously visited. Now at the Saley Forest, we're just going to start from the middle. And we'll start by making our way towards the Grove, see if we can find the spy there or on the way. And if not, then we'll backtrack and we'll go back towards the entrance, but I think starting from the middle is the best way to go. Now, the nice thing about this is that we are pretty powerful now. We're a lot stronger, so any enemies we face won't really pose much of a threat. And, of course, we can harvest these bushes for more, yeah, not even a challenge. That queen ant is surprisingly tough, but even Gray can do pretty good damage against those ants. And Matthew now has a steel spear, Fang has a steel daggers, so we've got some really good weaponry. But yeah, we can harvest these bushes for herbs again. Now the nice thing about taking missions in a dungeon, specifically the assassination missions, is it doesn't really matter when you do it. But if you take a mission where you need to kill somebody in a city, if you try to do it during the day, town guards will come to the aid of that person that you're trying to kill, because you're the aggravator. And you'll face not only the target, but 3 fairly high-level guards at the same time. So it turns into a pretty tough fight. Whereas if you face them at night, There's less patrols, so you will most likely face them one-on-one, but there is a small chance that one guard... Oh, there she is. Perfect. There's a small chance that that one guard will come to their aid. But here, because it's in a dungeon, it's one-on-one, there's no guards around. The only challenge is we have to go through a dungeon to actually find them. Oh, really? Oh, that would have been great if we could have gotten that... Oh, okay. She hits hard. I'm going to use Bliss on Fang, but I am going to... I don't think we need to use the overdrive. We can just finish her off. Oh, come on. Wow. Ha! Oh, she hit Matthew. I thought she was hitting Gray. Come on. There we go. Mission complete. Alright, so we killed the spy. Now we can go back and turn this in. So yeah, I mean, it's there's less travel and less having to search for the target when you kill them in a town, but time of day does play a factor, and it can be more challenging even at night if they have reinforcements. But with dungeons, you do have to worry about monsters in the dungeon, you have to worry about getting to your target. Although for low-level dungeons like this, it's not too tough. Of course, in New Game Plus, when everything scales to your level, this does become much more challenging. Well, we do get some good herbs for killing these guys, so not a total waste. So we're going to try to get as much gold as we can to gear up our characters. Yeah, we need about 6,000 more. We have we need about 8,000 total, and I think we'll be pretty close to that after finishing one mission from each assassin. So I think that'll be a good break point. We actually probably don't even need 8,000. We can probably get away with a little less because we can sell our currently equipped gear to make a little bit of extra money after we re-equip ourselves with the new stuff. But I think I want to save the gold that we would get from selling our old gear just in case we need a little bit extra, if we need to stop at an inn or something. I just want to make sure we don't have no gold. So 8,000 is pretty much the bare minimum of what we need to fully equip ourselves, but whatever we get after selling all the other stuff, that will be our reserve. Alright, so we finished that last mission. Let's go turn that into Sanguine. I'm back. The target is dead. Excellent. I hope you didn't encounter too much trouble. If you ever want another mission, let me know. Here's our payment. 1,800 gold. So this guy offers 100 gold per level that Fang has. So Fang's level 18. We get 1,800 gold each time we complete that. So he pays extremely well. These guys don't pay quite as well, but they do offer other rewards. So let's do a mission for the Alchemist here. Got any missions available? There's a mission in the Tower of Lux. What's the ingredient? Have you heard of the... Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna skip this for a sec. I would like to take a mission... We'll do the autosave here. That should take us right back to the entrance of the sanctuary, yep. I would like to take a mission from this guy in a town, because it's a little bit more interesting that way. Mission in Glacio's Throat, okay. No, that's a dungeon. That is a trick to this, is if you don't like the location that a mission is at, you can just reload the file, and it will send you somewhere different. Emeraldala, okay. What's the ingredient? White dust has commonly been used in spiritual healings, but I recently discovered that it has powerful medicinal properties too, as if the priests who use it would ever admit to legitimate scientific findings. I need some. I'll bring the ingredient once I find it. Take the spade in case you need it. I'll take it back on your turn. So with this guy, if you get a mission from him that sends you to a dungeon, basically there's just a chest in a dungeon. You have to find the chest, and inside that chest will be the item. Now the chest will sometimes be a little bit concealed. Not egregiously or anything. It's not like it's going to be behind a wall entirely. But, it could be, 2/3 concealed behind, like, a tree or a pillar or something. Like, you will have to keep an eye out a little bit more for those chests. But once you find it, you just open the chest, you get the item, you take it back, and that's it. So it's really just a fetch quest. There's nothing special about it. But when this guy sends you on a mission to a village, instead, that spade that he gives you is used to dig at these little tiny dirt spots here. And there's going to be 5 throughout the village, and we have to find the one with the item we're looking for. Oh, nothing there. Let's see. Oh, there's one. No, nothing there either. Okay, getting a little unlucky. I actually don't remember where all the dirt spots are. Oh, there's one down there. There it is, white dust. Okay. I'm just curious if we can find the other one. Is that it? Oh my gosh, that's concealed. If it wasn't for the fact that I know exactly what the tile looks like, I may not have spotted that. But okay, yeah, we got the white dust. Yeah, there it is. So we'll take this back and see what we get as a reward from him. So yeah, with that one, it's more of like a treasure hunt type mission. In the dungeon, it's just that the chest will sometimes be a little bit tougher to find, a little bit more concealed, whereas in the town, it's the dirt piles that you have to search through. They could be, it's in one of 5 different spots. And sometimes, as you saw, those dirt piles can be a little bit tough to see. Now, this alchemist makes potions and poisons, so his reward, I've returned with the requested ingredient. Delivered the white dust. Good work. This will be useful. Here's your reward. 1350 gold, so a little bit less, maybe only about 2/3 the gold or so that the other guy gives, but also an advanced medicine, advanced remedy, and an advanced toxin. So we end up with a little bit less gold, but we do get some good potions, which, you do a couple of those missions for him, and you'll actually be well equipped. You should never have to go to a shop with that. And then you get these toxins as well, which are useful. I haven't actually shown what those do, so I'll show that when we do probably the next mission for Sanguine here. But for now, let's do a mission for this guy. Yes, I'm looking for a mission. You can use some extra coin. What have you got? There's a mission in Topale. What do you need me to acquire? A rare amulet was stolen recently. The client wants it back. It's a family heirloom, and while it's not much to look at, the client is sure to pay well for its return. When you get the amulet, bring it to me. Those locks don't stand a chance. I'll be back soon. Now, this guy, we'll head to Topale right away, and it's going to cost us a little bit of gold for what I'm going to show you, but I think it's important to showcase. Now, this guy offers missions for breaking and entering and lockpicking. And it's also more fun to do in a town than it is in a dungeon, in my opinion. If he sends you to a dungeon, it's the same kind of thing as the last guy. There's a chest somewhere in that dungeon that you just have to find. It's less concealed, so it's easier to find the chest itself, but the chest is locked, and you need to use lockpicks to break into the chest to get the item. Again, nothing crazy, nothing overly complex or difficult, but if he sends you to a town, the task changes somewhat. And I think I showcased this a little bit on like the second episode or something, but didn't actually get to show what it's like to complete this mission. So we'll go through that. And now that we have the ferry pass, we can take the boat for free, so that's handy. And we're just going to go straight to Topale. So, first things first, let's find the chest that we're looking for. Not seeing it in here. There's a rare amulet somewhere around here. It doesn't look like it's in here. Let's maybe check the magic shop. Wouldn't be in the game shop. Aha! Okay. So this chest here, the merchant is going to call us out and be like, hey, hands off! And so, even though it's right here and we can see it, the merchant's not going to let us take a look at it. Please only. So, what we need to do is find a way to access that chest without the merchant noticing. And the only way to do that just stop in at the inn. 100 gold. Only way to break into that chest without the merchant noticing is if the merchant isn't around, and the only time that the merchant is not around is at night. So, now that it's nighttime, let's head back. And let's head into the magic shop. But the shop itself is locked. So here's the thing. Most shops will just say that they're locked and you can't go in. But during this mission, at the location where the chest is located, you will be able to pick the lock and enter the shop at night. It's the only time that you can do that. Even if you are in the shop during the day, the shopkeep will kick you out as soon as it turns to nighttime. But now here we go. We are in the magic shop. The shopkeep is not here. Must be in her bedroom or something behind that door. And so now we can break into the chest itself. And there's the rare amulet. Okay. So just like that. We have ourselves the item that we were sent to find. So the idea is that if you go through a dungeon, you'll have to deal with monsters to get to the item, but there's only the one chest that you need to unlock. Whereas if you're in a town, you will need to first make sure it's nighttime, and then break into not only the chest, but also the house or the shop where the chest is hidden. So, a little bit tougher on the lockpicking side for towns, but tougher on the dungeon crawling and monsters and encounter side in dungeons. And the rewards that this guy gives are actually pretty decent, but not... I don't think they're actually going to serve us any purpose right now. If we had 2 more levels, if we were level 20, there's a chance it could be something better, but not likely. But I don't want to spoil it, we'll just see what he gives us. Alright, let's go turn in the mission. I'm back. Here's the item. Delivered the rare amulet. Excellent work, and here's your reward. So 900 gold, he offers even less gold, but an iron sword. So what he does is he will offer you a random leveled weapon. From level 0 to 9, he'll offer bronze. From 10 to 19, he'll offer iron. 20 to 29, he offers steel, and etc., etc. Basically, he offers one tier of a higher weapon for every 10 levels that Fang has gained. Yeah, it is random, so, I mean, you might get something totally useless. You could get an axe and not have anyone that can use it. But it is a decent way of getting high-level weapons if you are a high level and you don't have anything and you don't necessarily want to go through the process of getting it. Same thing with the alchemist here. When we turned in the mission, he gave us advanced medicine, advanced remedy, and advanced toxin. It's the same thing, like 0 to 9, he gives just regular medicine. 10 to 19, it's advanced. Let's see, 20 to 29, he gives superior medicines, remedies, and toxins. I believe it's from 30 to 39, he offers ultimate medicines, remedies, and toxins. And then from level 40 onward, he offers an ultimate medicine, remedy, and elixir, and the highest level of toxin, which is actually called plague. And I may be able to show you what that does another time. But for now, let's just sell that iron sword we got, because we don't need that anymore. And that actually, so that sold for 250. We only need 1,700 more gold, so one more mission from Sanguine should get us what we need. So let's just chat with him and get another mission. Where are we going? Topale, we were just there, but that's okay. So we will go complete that mission. And when we do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this toxin. We're going to do it right now. We're going to use it on Fang. And you just saw his name changed to green there. What that means is that his weapon is poisoned. So toxins used to be, like in the very first iteration of this game, just a consumable item that you would use in battle that would just, you'd throw it, it would deal damage and inflict poison. I liked how games like Oblivion and Skyrim did their poison system, where you actually apply it to weapons and then the weapon gets that effect. The only thing that I didn't like about it was how it only lasted for one hit, which I thought was kind of useless. So, this takes that similar concept where you can apply poison to your weapons and it will... it doesn't increase their damage. It doesn't change the stats of the weapon at all. But what it does... I will show you. Let's just head to Topale. We'll hunt down this target, and then I'll show you exactly what it does. Let's go to Topale. Alright, we're looking for... I actually completely ignored who our target is. But it's gotta be somebody around here. Oh, hello, there's a little ghost and some footprints. I wonder what that could be. We may visit that later, but, okay, he's gone. That's, yeah, okay, never mind. We'll revisit that later. I know what that is, but I'm not gonna show it right now. Okay, here's our target. So, we poisoned our weapon. Now, you can see in the corner of that window there that Fang's name is still green. If I attack, the stats of the weapon aren't any different, but target is now poisoned. So it's a way of inflicting the poison status without using the venom skill. And the idea is that the quality of the poison... Oh! Ow! So his name is still green, so his weapon is still poisoned. He's already poisoned, so we don't need to worry about that. But the quality of the poison essentially determines how long it lasts being applied to your weapon. So, low quality poison only lasts like 10 turns. Higher quality ones can last up to like 50. And poison's a pretty powerful status, so that it's not useless, but it is circumstantial because you do need to prepare to use it, and not everything can be poisoned. At any rate, target's dead, so let's return back to Sanguine. That should leave us with the gold that we need to get all the equipment we need. Yeah, I got 6,300 now. That plus 1,800 will be 81. We only need about 8,000. So from there, we will go to Daimo. We'll gear ourselves up, get fully equipped. And then we will take on the rest of Glacio's Throat. At which point we'll probably call it. It's not going to be a super long episode today. Just wanted to show some of the side mission stuff, carry on with the story, but I don't want to do the training arc today. It's a little bit of a longer mission. Not terribly so, but there's a lot of dialogue and talking, and I don't know how long that's going to take to do on recording, so I'm going to save that for its own episode. Alright, yeah. Turn the mission into him. 1,800 gold, and that gives us a little over 8,000, which is perfect. So, let's sleep. Might as well do that here, since it's free. And I believe it's going to wash the poison off our weapon, which is kind of stupid, but that's just... Yeah. We no longer have that, because essentially it's a status ailment. It's an effect that applies to us that gives us poisonous attacks. So when you rest, you fully restore everything, including buffs. Which is, from game logic, that makes sense. From actual, like, in-game world logic, that makes no sense, but that's how it is. Okay, okay, to Daimo. Let's go. And we'll just cut across the trade route here, since this is a lot faster. We're going to go to the far side, since it's one less step of potential encounter. There we go. Okay, so let's start by going to the equipment shop here. I don't think we need anything else from the blacksmith. No. And let's buy the synthesis tome. So that's 5,000 gold there. We'll also buy a night cloak, ice robe, and an ice circlet. Okay, you can get the... I'm curious. $143, $125. No, we'll keep Shadow with the Steel Cuirass, that's fine. And Fang, you can get the Night Cloak. Yeah. And then Gray, you can have the Ice Circlet and the Ice Robe. Not really any reason to replace anything else just yet. But we'll give you the Synthesis Tome, and let's just go grind out the spell. Make sure that we know make sure that we can use this, and this is going to give Gray basically perfect sustainability. He's going to be a self-sustaining magic engine, which is excellent. Penguin, perfect. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Focus, Shroud. Matthew can actually just intimidate him constantly, and that'll work. But just to be sure, let's use Earth to try and blind him. Perfect. And now we basically can just ignore him because he won't be able to hit us, or very, very rarely. Synthesis converts HP to MP. So the cost says it's 100. That's not 100 MP. It restores 52 MP and takes 100 HP. So it's a... yeah, it costs about twice as much HP as the amount of MP that it restores, which is still a pretty good conversion, all things considered, because 50 MP, heal 5 spell would easily heal, you know, well over 500 HP. So we're going to keep using Synthesis until that levels up, and then that will be a permanent addition to our spell list. Yeah, definitely dangerous to spam because it Gray is taking some hits just because of his own spells, but that's okay. This penguin can't hit us, he can't use magic. I think one more and we'll have that spell permanently. Yeah, one more time. And Gray's learned synthesis too. And we're going to heal ourselves up right now. Okay, so 471 for a level 4 heal spell. Also, though, I don't have a staff equipped, which means that my spirit is significantly reduced. You know what? Actually, we'll have Gray use Synthesis one last time. There. Restores 100 MP now at the cost of 200 HP. But we're all pretty well topped up. I think everybody's even got full overdrive gauges. Yeah, okay, sweet. So now, Gray no longer needs this Synthesis Tome. I'm just going to unequip it. Oh, please don't. No, you bugger. Okay. Fine, we'll go the long way around. Oh, don't you dare. Okay. Oh, I saw where she was going. She was going directly in front of our path. Okay, so now we will sell that tome. We'll sell the lightning staff, the synthesis tome for 2,500. That makes up the remainder of what we need. Shadow cloak, lightning circlet, lightning robe. We'll buy this ice staff for Gray now. That's excellent. Matthew has the insanity badge, so we won't need the steel gauntlets. Plus 10 spirit and ice resistance. I don't really think it's worth... You know what? Let me think about this for a sec. We're going to be facing a number of enemies that know ice magic. So let's do this. We're going to buy 2 ice badges with our remaining gold there. And we're going to give 1 to Shadow and 1 to Fang. Gives us a little bit more defense. It does shoot our agility and our evasion because we don't have those gloves equipped, but we don't have the ability to get night gloves yet, so the extra defense will help. And that will help us resist about half the damage of any ice magic, as well as present prevent frostbite, which essentially sets your defense to nothing. When you're frostbitten, you take way more physical damage. So I think that's good for them. Yeah, we'll keep the insanity badge on Matthew for now. Gray can keep the water badge. I do think there is actually still some enemies up ahead that can use water magic, so keeping a water badge on Gray is not a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, alright, let's sell our remaining equipment. So 2 shadow gloves, there we go, and we've got just under 1,000 gold. That should keep us going for a little while yet. We'll keep that iron ore for now, because it may come in handy later. But yeah. Okay, so we are geared up. We've got steel weapons and night gear for Fang. We've got ice gear for Gray and Synthesis. We've got steel equipment for Matthew. And Shadow's a little bit trailing behind. He needs a better hood, but he does have upgraded stuff. So I think we are... Sorry, I had to wipe something off the microphone there. I don't know what that was. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think we're good. Let's take on the remainder of Glacio's Throat. So we will go through here, and we'll make our way to the training facility, but we won't actually do too much outside of that. Okay, oh! We have overdrives. You know, we're not going to use them right now because we're already committed to the amount of damage we've dealt. I think we'll be okay. Oh. Good enough. Okay. Nice. Gray's level 19. You know what? I'm going to save the overdrives. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to use them. We'll use Shroud. That may come in handy. Let's use Pierce on this guy. Lightning. Hit that same guy. Just kind of want to see... Okay. Not enough to finish him off. Can we finish this guy? Nope. Okay, lightning. I don't think we... No. Oh, okay, good. Shroud is coming in clutch. Excellent. Good. Oh, just here. An air badge. Ooh. Is there anybody that I want to give that to? It gives bonus agility, air magic, and disorientation. There's only, I think, one enemy in here that actually... Yeah, I think there's only one enemy in this dungeon that uses air magic. So I don't think we're going to need to worry about it too much. Okay, Gray, you focus on the Phantom. Yeah, that ice badge is going to be much more useful than the air badge. There's several enemies that use ice magic, only one that uses air. Alright. Okay. That's quite the chasm. Real quick, I just want to heal up. There, okay. This is territory. Territory? What do you mean? I knew it. Look at this. What? This chasm? What about it? I'll bet this chasm extends to the ocean floor. I'd also be willing to bet that there are underwater tunnels that lead into here. We just walked into a Leviathan's nest. What? Well, let's get out of here then. Too late. Alright, here we go. Boss fight, and this is why I kept the overdrives. Okay, let's do velocity. Nice. Assassinate's gonna be pointless. Let's just go with eviscerate. Nice. 2 sweeping blows that deal impressive. So this is, I think... Transfusion can do more if it gets a crit, but let's just do blitz. Oh, really? Okay, fine. Bliss, let's use that on Fang. Velocity one more time. Nice. Okay, well that's our heavy hitting done. Now we basically just have to pummel away at him. Hopefully we have what it takes to finish him off. He does have overdrive, so we gotta be careful of that. And he does have ice magic as well. And water magic, and that's why we kept that water badge on Gray. Ooh, okay, heal yourself with the medicine. Gray, keep using the lightning. You're dealing more damage than anyone else here. Yeah, use another medicine. Oh no. Okay. Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Okay, actually, it missed Gray and Matthew, and it hit Fang and Shadow, who have ice badges, so that's perfect. That couldn't have actually gone smoother. Nice. Done. Okay. That could have been a lot worse if we didn't start with our overdrives. Shadow's level 18. Nice work. Let's move. Okay, how are we doing? Gray, use Cure on Shadow, and then heal. There we go, okay. And the next battle, we'll use Synthesis. And there's that enemy that can use wind magic, so let's just take him out right now. He also can use ice magic. Synthesis. Okay, let's try and assassinate. Nice, one hit kill. Perfect. Okay. We'll deal with this guy. Alright, Gray, use fire. Oh, I tried pressing the arrow keys to move it over to the next enemy, and it didn't work. So, you know what? Everyone's attacking. Let's just use Synthesis, get some more MP back. There we go. Done. Fang's level 19. Let's use heal on Shadow. He's a little squishy. Even with that Cuirass, he's still taking a lot of damage. Carbon. And... Please? Please. 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 No. Where? Where is it? Where is the catch? There we go. Got it. Steel Halberd. Okay. So we could give that to Matthew. It's 30 more attack, but it's 15 less defense, and he does not get the ability to passively block, because it is a two-handed weapon. So I think we're just going to keep the spear and the shield as it stands. He's got 250 attack. That's more than anybody. So I think Matthew doesn't really need that extra bit. Having him be a heavy hitter is great, but I would like him to be a little versatile. I would like him to be a bit of a tank as well. Alright, well, we're out of Glacio's throat. Let's cross the ice fields. We may just step inside the training facility, but I don't think we're going to do... But yeah, we're not going to do the training sequence. And actually, we may not step inside. We may just get there and then wait outside. And then we'll save there and call it a day. You know what? Transfusion. So, in case you're wondering why I'm using some of the more character class-based overdrives as opposed to the weapon ones, it's because they can actually level up. So once you hit level 20, if you've used your character's overdrive skill 20 times or more, it will upgrade to a higher powered version. So for example, Fang's Velocity gets an upgrade, Shadow's Assassinate, Matthew's Transfusion, and even Gray's Bliss all get upgrades. I'm not gonna... Oh! I think Fire just upgraded, but I skipped the dialogue window. Fire is... Yep, Fire 4. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, we're almost to level 20. 19, 19, 18, 18. So pretty soon we'll get access to those upgraded overdrives. Oh, I shouldn't have used fire. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Here we are. So this is the training facility. You ready, Fang? Let's go. Doesn't look like much, does it? Okay, well, we're actually going to call it here. Yeah, as soon as we enter, there's going to be some cutscenes and dialogue, and I want to save that all for the next episode. So, next time on Bloodstained Hands, I'm just going to adjust our window skin. Let's actually just go with classic black. Yeah, that looks good. Next time on Bloodstained Hands, we are going to return to training and see what awaits us inside this facility. So until then, I will see you next time.